Good morning, readers. Well, it might be morning. You might be doing this lesson this afternoon. Today, we're going to introduce our next three text structures and probably review our descriptive and chronological text structure just a little bit. And we're going to use one book. So, I found the book in Epic. I was super happy. Last week, we talked about description and chronological text structures. So our descriptive text structure is going to be where we kind of look at that main idea and details. We have a topic about a person, a place, or a thing. And then we're going to talk about its characteristics and features and describe it, like with lots of adjectives, lots of phrases that have those sensory details. We also talked about the chronological text structure. Excuse me. That one is going to describe events or things that happen in a particular order. Or it might tell the steps on how to do something. It might be like a how-to type of text. Today, our book is going to do the last three. So the first one I'm going to talk about is comparison. So that's this column right here. It's not being very cooperative. Let's try that again. Nope, it's not going to work. Okay. Comparison is also known as compare and contrast. It's going to tell how two things are alike and or how they're different. So signal words for this one might be the same as or similar to or alike or as well as or they both. Not only do they blah, 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 but also, or if they're telling how they're different, you might use phrases like, instead of da 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 da, we would have blah 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 blah, or either this or that. This idea is different from this other idea. Or you might have the phrase, as opposed to blankety blank blank blank, and then you kind of go on and on with whatever the difference is. And finally, they suggest, on the other hand. So you might say, Disney is great. On the other hand, Universal Studios is also. So you might describe how those two parts were different. Okay, the next row is problem and solution. If your text has, a problem and solution text structure, it's going to tell about a problem. Sometimes it will tell you why there is a problem. And then it's going to tell you how that problem was solved. And so in this one, you might have signal phrases or like, the question is, or my dilemma is, or the Earth's dilemma is, to solve this, one reason for the problem is, or one answer to this is. So then the author would go on to explain what the problem is and how people work to solve that problem. So, another one, the last one, to me, this is the trickiest one. You have cause and effect. This one can get really tricky with problem and solution. In cause and effect, you're going to hear the why something happened. Now, that something that happens might be a problem. But instead of giving you a solution to the problem, the author will just tell you why that thing happened. Effect is going to describe what happened as a result of the cause. So I earned $100. The effect was I spent some, I saved some, I donated some. Those were the effects. With this one, your signal words might be so, because, or since. Therefore, if something, something, something happens, then something, something else happens. You might have as a result of, or this led to, or this may be due to, consequently, or for this reason. So these are not all the signal words for these text structures, but these are a few of the ones that you might see when you're trying to determine what text structure you're listening to. So let's start the day today by listening for these text structures in our book, Air Quality and Climate Change, which I found in Epic. This informative nonfiction text explores a current problem facing our world, air pollution, and how it's contributing to Earth's changing climate. All right, I'll see you on the next slide.